Hey guys! So for this video I wanted to talk about my goals for 2015. But before I really get into that, I kind of just wanted to go over my goals for 2014 and see how I did. I set my reading challenge to 50 books, which was very easily accomplished, especially since in the first 2 or 3 months I read 10 books a month. I wanted to complete some series. For the Mortal Instrument series, I did read 2 more books, but I haven't finished the last one yet, or started it. Of the Castor Chronicles, I didn't read any of them because I had just such a bad time with the second one. I lost all interest in continuing the series. I also really wanted to read some Neil Gaiman books. And I did read The Sleeper and the Spindle, but that was one that I bought in 2014, so I didn't read any of the ones that I already owned. Out of my list of all the books that I think I really love, I only read one of those, and that was A Tree Grows in Brooklyn by Betty Smith. Another author that I wanted to read a lot of was Dave Eggers, and I did read 2 more of his books, though I still have 2 more left. Unfortunately, I didn't end up loving the ones that I did read as much as I loved A Heartbreaking Work of Saccharine Genius. As far as reading books from previous library hauls, I didn't read a single one. I also never got around to rereading Harry Potter or Pride and Prejudice, and I don't know that I will in 2015 either because the books I haven't read just have to take priority. The goals that I had for my channel didn't really go that well. There were a few months where I only put up maybe 1 video, and I only did a handful of monthly wrap-ups. I think I've pretty much decided just to do whatever I want, whenever I want. I also mentioned that I wanted to learn Italian, and I did start taking lessons on Duolingo, though after a while I stopped, but it was never really my intention to be my official attempt to learn Italian, but I am glad that I got a little bit in. So, for my reading goals for 2014, I really just have one goal. Read the books on my shelves, which I'm sure you've heard me say a million times. But I do have a system for how I'm going to tackle this. I mentioned in my last video that I have a new shelf called High Priority. This list includes all of the diverse books that I own, either physically or in ebook form. And I've also added all the books that have been sitting around on my shelf since before I started this channel. And I added the 10 or so books that have been on my to-read list for a long time that I've happened to have acquired since starting this channel. And I added some books that I know I will like, including those same authors that I want to read more of, Neil Gaiman and Dave Eggers, as well as books that I put on previous to-read soon lists but didn't, as well as books given to me for review or in giveaways or that I'm borrowing. There are 46 books on the list, so if I add in some ebooks and new releases, I'm pretty sure that will carry me to 50 books again. Since I won't be reading as much or at all during work, and I probably won't be reading as much during my lunch break since I work longer shifts and I kind of like to get caught up with the internet on my lunch break. It might be more of a challenge to get to 50 in 2015, but I'm pretty confident that I can do it. And as I also mentioned in my last video, I definitely want to read more diversely, so I will be keeping my eye out for any books that qualify and adding those to my list. So let me know what you plan to be reading in 2015 and what you think of my plan. I do also have a jar, so I might end up making a book jar. So thanks for watching. I hope you had a really great reading year and that you have a really good reading year in 2015. And I'll see you later.